Coming to you this day from the third floor of the Rhode Island State House, my name is Dave Barber for Capitol Television in a segment we simply call Capitol Spotlight. We take a member of the General Assembly and discuss some of the things they've been up to and how the legislation or their work might impact you and I here in the Ocean State. It gives me a good deal of pleasure to welcome back a gentleman we've had the good fortune of interviewing many times, our good friend, the State Representative Peter Palumbo. Representative, it's great to see you.
Great to be back, Dave. Thank you very much.
And when you say great to be back, you've really are back because not too very long ago you took a very interesting mission trip that involved some very good deeds to Panama. Tell our viewers about that.
Yes, well, this is a mission I go on annually, most years. I've missed a few, but this was our actually 20th anniversary of going with Dr. Kerwin, John Kerwin from Warren. And we take a group of people out, lay people and dentists, and we go out and set up a dental clinic in various countries throughout the Central America.
And this particular trip involved Panama, and obviously I have to believe that there are a lot of people that are in need of dental care, and that's what the mission was all about. How did it work? How did you find the villages or the communities that actually needed the attention?
That's a good question. We usually work with neighborhood groups, people on either the city council or whatever they would call down there, whatever they're called, Rotary clubs and things of that nature. And actually the First Lady of Panama, she met us at the airport, and she was very much involved with this group. And she helped out giving us people from the government who would go out to different communities, circulate flyers and things of that nature. They had a bus driving around, picking them up, but it's not too difficult to find a need out there.
Well, no kidding. And I'll tell you what, it's a great country, and it doesn't surprise me that it's becoming a destination place for a lot of American retirees because, as you found out, they use the American currency there. The climate is spectacular, and by real estate costs, it's still a fairly reasonable place to lease or own a real estate.
It is. It's a great buy. There's a lot of retired Americans that we ran into out there. The food's good. You have to. You don't need to be as concerned as you would in other Central American countries about the water.
Right.
We never had a problem with that. I have a sensitive GI tract.
Right.
So quite often I get sick in these countries.
Well, and you're right, because you're susceptible sometimes to dysentery, and that's one of the things that they've done pretty well. Their basic fundamental infrastructure there in Panama is pretty sound.
Very good. Very good.
Now, how many? You told me that you saw a few hundred patients, right?
Yeah, we saw about, I'd say between 200 and 400, somewhere in there. We didn't keep track of exact numbers, but which was a lot actually slower than what we normally do in Nicaragua, where we've been in the past. But we could average between 200 and 250 patients a day.
And my guess is all of this dental work was provided at no charge to the Panamanians.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and actually we don't use any funds to fly down there and everything. So it's the contributions are all done for the people that go down there.
That's terrific. And I have to believe, Representative Palumbo, as this session continues to unfold, you'll be diligently working on something that's been very important to you in past years, your work on legislation dealing with autism. Bring us up to date on that and what you're doing in that regard.
Okay, since December of '07, we started a commission to study autism. And it started out as something just in the Department of Ed, but it's actually, it's grown. We have a 22-member commission now. It's a joint commission with the Senate. Senator O'Neill is the vice chair with me. And we have members of the different departments, Department of Health, Human Services, Department of Ed. We have people on there that represent the Grodin Center, Trudeau Center, all the different entities. And it's great because autism is such a wide spectrum disorder that it affects all the different departments in the state. And it's a great way to get all the departments together so that we can put together legislation that's all-encompassing, and it takes care of all the issues in the different departments as much as possible.
And I know I'm not violating your privacy here because you've talked about it so openly. Sure. You also are the parent of at least, what, two autistic children. And so it's something that's very close to you, and you know a lot about it as a parent, dealing with it on a daily basis. And I know you've been pretty successful in years past bringing awareness and improving the condition for autistic children here in the Ocean State.
Yes, we've been very fortunate. at this commission, I mean, they really, it's a near and dear commission to my heart. And I tell them, the members, every time that we get together, how much I appreciate them being here and taking time out of their schedule. Most of them are doctors on there, and they've got busy schedules, and we meet 4 to 6 times a year, and we develop legislation that actually created things such as in Rhode Island College, in Solvay. We have a certificate program now, so people who are teachers, they want to get certified in autism, they can actually get a certification in autism.
Wow.
We've mandated coverage for autistic treatment that wasn't done in the past. So private insurance companies now have to provide funding and cover these things. So there's been a multitude of bills that have come through and passed the legislature, and I have to thank the Speaker and the Majority Leader for helping me get this through, and in the Senate, because it's never had a problem.
Representative Palumbo, thanks so much for talking to us, and thank the medical staff, too, that went with you to Panama and did all of that noble work. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Great, Dave. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it.
And, of course, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much for watching. For Capitol Television, I'm Dave Barber.